How impressed were you by Kyler Murray leading a solid comeback for the Cardinals against the Raiders in week 2?
Listen, Kyler's been getting a lot of scrutiny since he's gotten that contract. Obviously, people have been on him for practice, Call of Duty, that whole clause situation in which Arizona ended up removing it. And they just played so poorly against the Chiefs last week that you kind of looked at it and said, well, is Kyler Murray kind of washed? Is he checked out? He's got the bag now. It's like, is he done playing? And then he does things like this. Now the numbers don't necessarily scream incredible, but if you watch that game, which I did, you can see that without him, none of this would have been possible. His elusiveness, his escapability. I believe that one play where he threw that touchdown to, oh my God, of course I'm going to forget his name. He ended up rushing for a touchdown. He scrambled 85 yards worth in the field, about 25 yards back from the goal line where they were, and scored a touchdown because of his ability to shake defenders and create space. His footwork is absolutely incredible. His ability to be able to detect the rush is crazy because he's able to make moves and shift and contort his body in ways that most quarterbacks wish they could. Him being smaller, him being so quick, I give him so many props because, again, I told you, the numbers don't say anything crazy. He only had 28 rushing yards. That doesn't necessarily include all of the extra work he had to do to create the, I guess, offensive plays that he did. And he was able to lead the Cardinals all the way back from, I believe, 23-7 or 23-7 at one point. And they come back and win 29-3. So, I mean, big shout out to Zach Ertz going out there and getting some critical first downs. Hollywood Brown had a big game. And then, Darrell Williams had that rushing touchdown. He had a 30-yard breakaway. Dude, the Cardinals, I don't know what it is in week 2. So many teams had to get like a kick in the back or like a fire under their butt, and they just turned it around, man. Kyler Murray led this team back to victory. It was an incredible comeback story. The Raiders were just not able to get anything going in that fourth quarter. The ball wasn't able to move. And again, it's another weird game where there weren't any turnovers. Like until overtime, the Raiders had no turnovers. So you're looking at it saying, how in the hell? 3 and outs, man. Inability to create a consistent offense, inability to move the chains. I mean, you name it, bad play call. I don't know. Derek Carr looked great this game. He literally he had a passer rating of almost 100. He was only sacked once. He had 2 touchdowns. But the unsung hero, Arizona's defense locked them down. Devontae Adams only had 2 catches, one of them being a touchdown. But outside of that, completely locked up. Darren Waller only had 50 yards. Hunter Renfrow had 59 yards, but he had those 2 fumbles in OT. Again, I don't say that lightly. And of course, Waller had that touchdown, but man, Arizona showed a lot of fight, especially after the blowout that they had last week. They could have easily just let this one go again. Another team that you're just like, we're down by so many. We're not able to move the chains. And they just showed you don't quit in football, man. It's not over till the final buzzer goes off, till the clock hits 0. And Kyler Murray, to me, earned a lot of my respect because there were a lot of plays last week where he just kind of like ran around and nothing was able to kind of transpire from that. And he just couldn't get it going. And it looked like he kind of gave up. But kudos to him for finding a way to make this win happen and making it possible. And the Raiders, unfortunately, fall to 0-2.